I'm Jim from JS Removals, company based in the Midlands. We specialise in home removals, removal of asbestos, rubbish removal and house clearances. Well, it was actually an idea about getting a van when I was sort of between work from an ex-partner of mine, and we bought a van not knowing really what I could do with it. So that was around March 2016, and so really it was just me, a van, and just going around seeing if we could find any work, whether it be couriering items, whether it be collecting people's rubbish, whatever it was. That's how it started. Well, the important thing is that of the four departments we have, rubbish removal, asbestos removal, house clearances and home removals, it's important to treat them as different departments. By treating them as different departments, we can really focus on each team working within that department being trained specifically for that job role. For example, you talk about asbestos. Everybody that works within the asbestos department is trained to what's called UCATA training standards, which is the UK asbestos training agency, which regulates how people are trained and what people are trained and to what standard. And they do that every year. It has to be renewed. Moreover, we have insurances in place for handling this type of product, as well as materials. We have negative air pressure units cleaning air, vacuums specialised for asbestos, all of the polythenes, everything that's needed to try and minimise exposure, which is what asbestos is about. Similarly, with rubbish removal, we have the accredited licensing. We have, again, insurances in place, teams that are dedicated. Same with house removals, we have goods in transit insurance, dedicated training and in-house training, special vehicles that are only used for the removals, and again house clearances, which closely links to rubbish removal. They tend to use the same teams for each of those two, because it's a similar type of job, but separating them is very important. Well, I think for me it's important, if you're offering a service, that you offer it to the highest standard, and we charge a fair price for a very fair and good service. That's replicated by the fact that we've got almost 500 reviews on Google, which rate us 4.9 out of 5. Similarly, we've got almost 100 reviews on Facebook. Again, I think it's 4.9 out of 5. That's as of October 2022 as of now. And I think it's important not to compromise on service irrespective, because it's what drives the business forward, it's what gets us our repeat customers, it's what gets recommendations, and it makes the job a lot more enjoyable when you're getting people that give you feedback to say that they're happy. You're not dealing with any complaints, you're just dealing with happy customers. It gives them reassurance, it gives us reassurance we're doing the right thing. It just makes a good environment for both parties involved. The amount of complaints are non-existent. Whenever we communicate with a customer, it's very positive, and that's because we have procedures in place to give the customer a good level of service. That be, we give them a time window the afternoon before we come, we call them when they're on the way, we ask them to pay for the job when we've done the job, not before. There are exceptions when they're really large scale jobs that we do ask for staged payments, and we make sure that we're happy before they leave. Everybody understands the importance of good customer service and its value to the business. And so when we do get feedback from customers, and we have delivered what we said we've delivered, or we're going to deliver, the response is very, very positive. The best way is on the website, jsremovals.co.uk. We have on there text, WhatsApp and email. They're brilliant ways to communicate because they're 24/7 services. We do respond out of hours. You can call us on the website as well, but they're during office hours, 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, so we can get a rest at the weekend, sort of. And yeah, everything's on there. We do have price lists for some services on there, and some of them you do have to tell us or show us what needs to be done to get pricing, but it's very straightforward. The website is definitely the place to go. Well, we run a fleet of vehicles, so one policy is we've tried to upgrade the vehicles to more environmentally friendly vehicles to reduce the mileage, as well as using WhatsApp, text and email to get quotes rather than to drive to each individual address twice. We only have to drive once when they want the job to be completed. When we are at the job, we come sometimes in more than one vehicle, and that's so the waste can be sorted into its type of waste. So for example, wood or greenery, general waste, mattresses, that kind of thing. And that way, when it comes to disposing of the items, they can be taken to somewhere that can try and recycle what they can from the waste and minimise the amount of waste that goes into landfill. And also, with the reducing of miles, reduce the carbon dioxide we're releasing into the atmosphere. As well as with the hazardous sites, we make sure that every job's given a certificate for its disposal to make sure that it's done within the regulations and that it's been disposed of with minimal impact to the environment, and that's given by a hazardous a consignment note. We call it an asbestos certificate because it's easy for the customer to understand what it is, but it basically says that we've taken the asbestos to be treated correctly in line with rules and regulations to protect the environment. So all the asbestos is treated that way as an environmental concern. I would say we offer a very high standard of service at a fair price with a very quick turnaround compared to most. The advantage being that you pay when you're happy with the job. So if I had to sum it up in a sentence, it's simply a reliable, honest, trustworthy company that is available when you need them. The best way to get in touch is always on the website. It's a 24/7 service. That's jsremovals.co.uk, and we do put various blogs, guides, articles and things on there that's not just about us selling you a service, but about giving you good quality information, especially when our phone lines are closed. One of the things we want to do next is to be able to show you on the next video how we deal with the waste, what to expect when you book with us, how our drivers that are all in uniform, how they turn up, how they treat the waste, where it goes off to, just so that you can understand that not only are the job's being completed to the standard that we say it is, but you can trust what it is that we're saying by following the process with us and meeting some of the team as well.